Yeah, what's going on, family? Shaman B Miles coming to you live once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. I actually want to come to you with another video, man, talking about how global recession is a serious danger in 2020. And I'm actually going to read some of the notes from the article, and I'm gonna leave the article in the description box so you can also do further research on your own. Okay, now. They were saying that weaker growth advance in developing countries means the possibility of a global recession in 2020 is a clear and present danger the UN has warned. Excuse me. And the flagship report, the UN's Trade and Development Body, which is called UNCTAD, UNCTAD, said 2019 will endure the weakest expansion in a decade, and there was a risk of the slowdown turning into the outright contraction next year. The UN said warning lights were flashing around trade wars, currency gyrations, the possibility of a no-deal Brexit, and movements in long-term interest rates. But there was also a sign that policymakers were prepared for the coming storm. The annual Trade and Development Report said finance ministries and central banks should, end their obsession with stock prices. Stock prices, quarterly earnings, and investor confidence, and instead focus on job creation, boosting wages, and increasing public investment. The UNCTAD report said a spluttering north, a general slowdown in the south, and rising levels of debt everywhere are hanging over the global economy. These combined with increased market volatility, a fractured multilateral system, and mounting uncertainty are framing the immediate policy challenge. It said the global economy remain a fundamental rethink of quote unquote a business as usual model, that had saddled the developing world with record levels of debt. The report also said the macroeconomic policy stance adopted to date has been lopsided and insufficiently coordinated to give a sustained boost to aggregate demand, with adjustments left to the vagaries of the markets through mixture of cost cutting and liberalization measures. All right, I'm sorry. Ephemeral growth spurts in financial volatility have been the predictable results. Global growth the global growth will fall from 3% in 2018 to 2.3% this year, its weakest since the 1.7 contraction in 2009, according to the report. Several big emerging countries were already in recession, and some advanced countries, including Germany and the UK, were dangerously close to one. Central banks, including the United States Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank, have recently announced interest cuts in an attempt to stimulate activity, but the UN report was pessimistic about the chance of success. So now what they're saying right here is that the economy right about now is pretty much slowing down, and they talking about how the trade war is one of the things that's having like a major effect on the economy and stuff like that. And there are like so many different things that are happening right now, and they talking about how this actually can like really affect us going into 2020. And they trying to tell them stop being obsessed with stock prices, but instead they should be focused on job creation and boosting wages, because the more people that are working and then boosting the wages, the more money is going to be spent back into the economy. But that's just some of the things I picked up from this article, but I had to come to y'all with this video, man, spread thoughts up on this, shed light up on the situation. I felt the need of y'all had to hear this subject. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. Always appreciate the love. And this your man B Miles coming to you live once again from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace.